welcome to the shot of the day. Let's talk some Kansas City Chiefs football. The Chiefs get another win yesterday. They're 3-0. They beat the Chargers in LA. Carson, Compton. Who knows where the Chargers are playing? They don't know where they're playing, and it looks like it's starting to affect them. The Chiefs, good win yesterday. I wouldn't say a great win yesterday, 24-10. It shouldn't have even been that close when you get 4 picks, almost 5 picks against Phillip Rivers. And I feel sorry for Phillip Rivers. His career is probably over in the sense that he's stuck in this hobo hell of being the homeless Chargers. They've wasted his potential Hall of Fame career. I almost feel sorry for Phillip Rivers, but you know, he gets to drive home in his $200,000 chauffeured private family truckster that is filled with probably 8 more kids that he'll have by next week's game. But the Chiefs, they get a win. They go 3-0. They're alone atop the division. Their active divisional winning streak continues, but does that really matter? Yes and no. You got to win the division to get, into the playoffs. You don't want to rely on a wild card. You want to try to get home field, which is huge for the Chiefs. But the bigger issue is when you get in the playoffs, we got to play maybe not like yesterday because we had a crappy second and third quarter. Strong first quarter, strong fourth quarter. I mean, Alex Smith came out, went deep, big dick player. Then he went turtle. Second and third play calling literally got sideways. The penalties are killing us. We'll get into that. But it was nice to go Tyreek Havoc on a 30-yard touchdown pass deep, which set the tone and allowed Alex to get away with turtling in the second and third. In the fourth, we came back on, but that was more the defense. Justin Houston, just in time with a big sack to end the game, because we should have scored, at least another 14 points on the Chargers. When you have Phillip Rivers throw 4, almost 5 picks, Terrence Mitchell channeling a little Eric Berry, stepping up because they're going to target him, and he's doing a pretty good job. He did blow that one where he thought he was going to get another interception. He started playing, your ego is not your amigo. He started getting a little excited about another interception and let Travis Benjamin get that catch. Marcus Peters playing strong. His protesting, I feel, maybe catching up, and let's talk about that. I'm all for the right to protest, all right? Go protest, freedom of speech, love it. But I think it's starting to affect the game. I think we get it enough already. It's becoming a distraction. The protesting is not only starting before the game, but it's entering the game, because you see Marcus Peters, our lead protester, and more power to him. God bless him. I love me some Marcus Peters. But he's taking a knee in the beginning of the game, holding up the fist, but now he's taking his protesting on the field. He was jawing with the refs way too much yesterday, and that's what I'm afraid what's going to happen to a lot of these players. Look at the Chiefs. All right, they lead the league in penalties. That's not good. That's bad. That's going Raiders, okay? You're becoming the Raiders. The Raiders are more disciplined than the Chiefs this year. That's scary. All right, so you got protesting before the game, which is fine, but it's now carrying off the field. You can't jaw with the refs. You can't look at every sign of authority or policing of the game as an opportunity to protest. Kelsey and Peters are going to get us into trouble later on and in the playoffs if they don't cool their jets. And maybe that's a reason why Kelsey didn't fly yesterday. 1 catch for 1 yard, because they're trying to put him in the doghouse, all right? Cool his jets. He flew last week into the end zone. He didn't fly this week because maybe they're sending him a message. Cool your jets, because even on his 1 catch for 1 yard yesterday, he was jawing with the refs that he should have got a first down, and he was obviously 2 yards short. So people are now protesting all the time. It's just we got to protest just for the sake of protesting. Does anybody know what they're protesting? It's a distraction from the game. You have the right to do it and more power to it, but know what you're protesting. It's becoming drama. The physicality and the consistency has been taken out of the game and replaced with sports entertainment. You can't hit anymore, and this need for this holier-than-thou protesting doesn't seem to extend on the field when it comes to unsportsmanlike, penalties. Look at Von Miller yesterday, Look at Richard Sherman. Kelsey is our biggest problem when it comes to unsportsmanlike pay, and that's going to catch up. You know, you want to talk about profiling. Kelsey's going to get profiled, you know, for thou who protests too much may be guilty of something. Just saying, Peters and Kelsey needs to watch it. They may be emailing me now. They don't agree with that. Sorry for that distraction. But speaking of distraction, the protesting, though everybody has the right, and I support the right to do it, it's getting out of hand. It's becoming WWE. It's more of a show. It's drama, taking away the game. There's no consistency in the game anymore, and that's probably because of the new practice rules and the volatility of who. How in the hell did the Giants show up yesterday against the Eagles and then crap the bed a la the Chargers, who are homeless? And there is a homeless problem epidemic in San Diego and in LA, and it's causing a Hep A breakout because the hobos are pooping everywhere, and the poor Chargers have become hobos who poop on the field. Hobos. Very confusing. I feel, like I said, I feel sorry for the Chargers fans who lost their team. I predict the NFL is going to step in because they couldn't sell out a soccer stadium. You know, Santos made me a little nervous, missed that kick, but luckily he got a personal foul injury because he should make every kick in a soccer field because he's a soccer player. He should have felt right at home. The Brazilian Hobbit did make the kick after the second try. Thank God he didn't get hurt. You can't have the Chargers personally fouling our Brazilian Frodo, you know, our own little Hobbit with the big hairy feet. Boom. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. But the Chargers are homeless. I feel the NFL will step in, force the Spanoses, who are idiots. San Diego politicians, also idiots. Qualcomm, I feel sorry for San Diego State because that place is going to collapse. You don't get big earthquakes in San Diego, but one small one or a strong gust of Santa Ana winds is going to bring that stadium down. Hopefully nobody will be in it. But if the lights keep going out there during San Diego State games, nobody will be in it. But I think the Chargers will be forced to move back to San Diego to be the best for the league. The Spanos will be forced to sell. There's a number there. They moved up there to double their price. The NFL, I think, gets 10% if they sell within 2 years. But the best thing, force the Spanos to sell. NFL self-funds a new stadium in San Diego, which is a great location to host the Super Bowl every 5 years. I digress. Let's get back to the game. Not that impressed with the win. Not our best win of the year, even though I think it was our largest spread. Not that impressed because, you know, like I said, Alex Smith came out strong, which he needs to do in the beginning. Set that precedent. Set that fear that he will go deep. But then he turtled, the turtler, second and third. We went very conservative in the play calling. Literally got sideways again. Relying on Albert Wilson, who I do respect. He is our blue-collar madman. He works hard. He's, you know, how he makes a team every year is a salute to his work ethic, okay? And he got another touchdown. I don't know how much longer that shovel play is going to work, though they change up the personnel. That's, you know, not going to work long. But Alex Smith, another good game yesterday. Kind of fell back to his conservative ways. Just in time, Houston, who was sick, you know, stepped up, probably got some Hep A from all the hobos pooping in Southern California, including the Chargers, on the field. If you pay $100 for parking, which may be code for something else, never heard of that. $100 for parking at the StubHub. What do you get? Is that code? Is that like hooker code? You're getting something from Young Ho Poo, if you know what I mean? I mean, what's going on there with that kicker? I mean, the Chargers are so desperate, you know, and the guy's decent. He's had some problems, but let's face it. They played him over Lambeau. They cut Lambeau because they're trying to go after whatever small piece of the market they can get in LA. 10 million people, they can't get 27,000 to show up. Half of the 25 that showed up were Chiefs fans. I expected actually a bigger turnout, but like I said, $100 for frickin' parking? I mean, yeah, it just shows you what a disaster the Charger organization is. And, you know, $100 for parking should be code for something. Either you get a hooker or, you know, some drugs. I don't know, something. Alex Smith, you know, game managed a little bit. Defense really stepped up. We should have blown out the Chargers when that happened. But the Rookie of the Year, possibly, and I hate talking this early about it because rookies can burn out by week 12. They're not used to playing 16, 17 weeks in the pro. You know, they're done week 10, week 12 of the college schedule. So I'm afraid, you know, sadly, I dedicate the shot to my dog Roxy, who sadly died a month ago. But I got a new dog, and my dog can hunt. My dog can hunt. Kareem Hunt. That dog can hunt, and he's my dog. I love him. He's strong. He's balanced. He's got great balance. He's got power. My fear is, though, you know, he saves the day with these home run runs. Home run, a doodah, whatever. We can't rely on that all the time. You know, Alex Smith needs to still stretch the field. Conley, Kelsey did nothing yesterday. Tyreek Havoc did something early, not later on. He got dinged up a little bit with these sideways plays. You got to be careful not dinging up Tyreek Hill. And like I said, I think these protests are becoming a little bit of a distraction. When you go into victory formation, you know, at the end of the game, which we should have done, you know, been able to do. We should have had such a blowout. We should have been able to take a knee. But if you take a knee at the end of the game, is that a protest? Are we going to take a knee on every play to protest everything? Riddle me this, NFL players. Before you punch your wives and your girlfriends and get on your holier than thou, why did you punch them? Maybe were they protesting too much? Something they didn't like about you, and you punched them? Just kidding. Just kidding. That was dark. That was dark. But back to the game. Like I said, not impressed with the win yesterday because we didn't put 4 quarters together. But a lot of that is, like I said, we got to wait till week 5. Then we'll know what this team really is consistently. Because the way we played yesterday, will it get us deep in the playoffs? I would say no. Because you can't have a weak second and third quarter against stronger teams. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, you know, but we got to watch this, and the discipline is a real factor. The penalties scare me because if that doesn't get cleaned up, and I'll give it till week 5, maybe week 6, but if we don't get it cleaned up, it's going to cost us in the playoffs. Bottom line. What else have we got here? We talk about Phillip Rivers wasting his career thanks to the Spanos. Chiefs leading penalties. I noticed that I don't like, this is something getting sidetracked here, going sideways, like the Chiefs play calling in the second and the third. Under Armour shoes, I don't like them. I don't think they're very good. I always see them coming off, and I think those shoes lead, or just shoes in general, just they're becoming so lightweight, no support. I think that's what's leading to a lot of the high ankle sprains and Achilles injuries. I saw some Under Armour shoes flying off players' feet yesterday. Not a fan of the footwear, and I think that's causing injuries. That's a conspiracy theory. Stick with me. What the hell is up with that fake punt yesterday in our own, you know, what was it, our own 30, 40? We call it, that's the time to be aggressive. We're not aggressive with the play calling at all in the second, third, fourth quarter, really. I mean, that's when we choose to be aggressive, is on a fake punt at our own end. That's not the time to be aggressive. I'm all for being aggressive and doing a fake punt, but not there, not then, made no sense to me. And I think, you know, I saw Andy Reid mouth towards the end of the game that they wanted, you know, Alex Smith to go for it on that 4th down towards the end of the game. And I was like, no, that's not the time to go for 4th down. You have that shade sun problem on the field, and Colquitt did it later in the game. But you got to always punt that ball right on that shade sun line and cause a distraction for the receiver. But Benjamin did a good job catching that yesterday. Still, you know, enough with the protest. You have the right to do it, but I'm almost going to take a knee during this. I mean, is football going to become basically a freaking Catholic wedding where you take a knee every 5 minutes? I mean, is that what it's going to come to? Good Lord. The NFL is becoming a Catholic wedding, a Catholic ceremony where you literally got to take a knee every 5 minutes and nobody really knows why. Just saying. My dog, Kareem Hunt, just don't overuse him. It's not even hunting season yet, you know. You got to rest your dogs. Got to rest those dogs. I mean, especially late in the hunting season. My dog can hunt, but don't wear him out. We sent Go West young man, Chikandrick, you know. He needs some confidence, some reps. He's worrying me there, and that's our backup, you know. If Hunt gets tired or dinged up, and he takes some punishment because he'll hit guys. You know, when he goes between he ain't afraid to lay the wood, all right? because that's a big dick player when you lay the wood. Kendrick, we may have to call up our booty call, CJ Spiller. Did we call and cut him this week? Who freaking knows? But we got the Redskins coming up. Can I say that, or is that racist? Is there going to be a big Redskins? Are the Chiefs? We got an Indian war. Not the French Indian War, because both teams would have to surrender, I think. It would have to be a tie if it was the French Indian War. But we got the Chiefs versus the Redskins. This could cause a whole lot of protest. Hopefully the Chiefs at Arrowhead on Monday night. It won't be free blanket night, if you know what I mean, and free, smallpox vaccines in the parking lot. Just saying. This could get ugly. Whoever wins this in the Indian War on Monday Night Football, Chiefs versus Redskins, they get a casino. That's what happens. They get a casino. Of course, the Chiefs technically weren't named after a Native American. It was a mayor, I think I talked about that brought the team there, but blah, blah, blah. The Redskins, you're going to hear, there's going to be more protests. They're going to take a knee. I don't know. It could get out of hand. The Chiefs, this could be a tough game, man. Redskins look, what did they do to the Raiders? Whoa. The Raiders took a knee basically on every offensive series. And I don't think they were protesting. They were just hep-A-ing it on the field. They were hobos pooping. They didn't look like they belonged there. I don't know. They were loitering. It was awful what the Raiders looked like. And that's scary. Redskins look good. Cousins are good. This is gonna be a good test. Monday Night Football. We have home field. The place will be rocking. The Chiefs will win. I'm gonna go for more of the shootout because I think we'll need a shootout, to stop the Redskins. Dances with Wolves freaking offense here. I'm gonna go 42-28 Chiefs. Getting out there. But on Monday night, 42, everybody scores for the Chiefs. And I think the only reason that won't happen is if they don't clean up the penalties. And I could see Kelsey and Peters getting a lot of you're going to see, if they don't clean it up, some of the Chiefs, yeah, I know I'm going too long. It's going to cost them a game or a score, which could cost them a game. These unsportsmanlike penalties. It's going to get out of control. And Andy Reid, who's an excellent teacher, but he needs to clean up the penalties. A lot of that, I think, has to do with practice. And, Andy Reid, historically, not this year, has started off slow with the Chiefs and came on strong at the end. I think we're winning this year, but discipline-wise, we got to do it. Our offensive line makes me a little nervous. I know we didn't have Mitch Morse. I don't know when he's going to be back, but Zach Fulton did a good job. But our offensive line is good. Good, not great. And it needs to become great for our playoff run. But like I said, Kirk Cousins comes to town with the Redskins and the Chiefs, and I don't know, is Chief Wahoo or Cleveland playing the Royal? I don't know what's going on. It's a whole Indian theme, which God bless them, they got screwed over by the blue-eyed devil, the white blue-eyed devil. But hopefully we don't see too many protests because it's losing its effect. Why are people? It's just becoming a thing, a fad. It's not having any real meaning. There's no specificity to it. It's just becoming a thing. Like I said, it's becoming part of sports entertainment. Nothing more than the WWE. Good guys, bad guys. But in this case, everybody's good, everybody's bad. There's just no clear winner or loser when it comes to these protests. It's taken away from the escapism which sports is supposed to be. Support the right to do it, but let's just play football. Are you ready for some football? Hell yeah, I'm gonna bring back Hank Williams, dig up zombie, now I'm blanking on my mind, our best sack guy ever, Derek Thomas. I want zombie Derek Thomas there with Hank Williams. Are you ready for some football? Hell yeah, I'm ready for some football. I'm not ready for any more protesting. Ready for some football. Chiefs beat the Redskins 42-28. I believe that'll be the over, and this shot is over. Shot of the day. Go Chiefs! Woo! Taking a knee. Fist up. So I can punch a woman. Just kidding. Bad. Bad, Kev. I'm not an NFL player. Just kidding. Make it rain at a strip club. Shoot yourself in the leg. Don't protest.